It's not bad, bro. It's not bad. So
That's
this
fucking
this
hilarious.
this came out, well, I think 2008, man. That's a minute.
Yeah, the song came out, I think 2008, but I did the beat like shortly after I graduated high school. I graduated high school in '06, so the beat might have been '06, '07, I think, something like that.
Oh
Like that beat is
wow.
old, like old.
Okay, then. All right. So talk us through it. So obviously, this is your first placement with a major
Yeah.
artist, Joe Budden. Talk us through it. How did it all come about?
So I want to say back in I want to say '07. I was producing a lot of stuff for like a lot of artists around my way. I'm from New Jersey, so I was working with a lot of local artists, and then Joe Budden, one of my favorite rappers, and he's from Jersey, so I was just trying to find a way to like just get shit to him. I believe one of his homeboys, his name is, I think it's Killer BH or Brandon. He was happened to be on, I don't know if y'all remember, but it was this thing called Ustream back in the day. So like a lot of artists, well, it's pretty much like IG Live or like a Zoom or whatever, but you just get on there and
Mm.
stream. You know what I mean? So um I happened to catch him on Ustream, and I was like, yo, I got beats for Joe if you ever with him or whatever. And he told me to just send him some beats. So that happened to be one of the beats. Um and then I think Joe Budden was working on, I think the project is called Halfway House. I think that's what it's called, Halfway House, and that record happened to be one of them. No, I never spoke to Joe. I never talked to him. Nothing. I was just hyped that he got on one of my beats. You know what I mean? That was my first placement. I ain't get no bread. I ain't get nothing.
You ain't getting nothing. Oh shit! How comes?
Hell no, man. This shit was like
Sound like Joe Budden's
I
to
didn't
me.
even know the game back then for real, for real. So I ain't get shit. It's all like a I guess like a learning experience and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was my first joint ever, and I used that as like a pedestal to get like other placements and stuff, or try to get other placements and all that. But it was dope. It was cool. Like I ain't gonna never forget like that. Like that was my first placement. You know what I mean? So, man, it was one of my favorite rappers from Jersey. So
Oh.
it was dope.
All right. Shout out to that. Now you said something interesting, right? You said like you didn't get paid, and then you said it was as a result of you not knowing the game. But I don't know. I'm just thinking, surely you should have expected to have gotten paid. Like you wasn't expecting to get paid.
Mm-mm. I had no manager. I didn't know the game. I didn't know no business. I looked at it like a mixtape or whatever. I mean, I still should have, not knowing what I know now, I should
Mm-hmm.
have got paid. At least like 2,500, $5,000, something like,
A
you know
little
what I'm
something,
saying?
man. A
But
little something.
it's like I just chalked it like, yo, I got my first joint. Whatever. Let's on to the next. You know what I'm saying?
But the good thing is you use that as a stepping stone to get the subsequent placements, right? Now,
Mhm.
for anyone listening that wants to become a producer starting out, right? Based on that experience that you had, what would you advise them if they want to start out? What's the key thing that they should pick up from your experience starting out?
Starting out, I mean, just always have your business straight, for real, for real. Have a team, have a good team behind you, someone that can like help you navigate through this shit. You know what I mean? Talent is cool, but as long as you got somebody in your corner that can help you get where you need to go, you're straight. You know what I mean? So
Mm,
I would say that.
All right, all right. Now, I've listened to the song, right? And the content, for those who don't know, the name of the song is called The Soul. And it's basically about Joe Budden, reminiscing about, how the good old days kind of thing. Like I know in one of the lyrics he says, I remember when I used to pick up. You guys remember CDs? I think we're old enough to remember what CDs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, oh, I remember I used to buy CDs. I used to look at the back of the CDs and read the liner notes and be like, oh yeah, that's this producer, that's that sound engineer. Da, 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 da. So that just got me thinking, right? When you look back at the game, i.e., the industry when you first started, and the comparison to now, are there any things that you reminisce about and you wish, man, I wish the industry was like that back then as it is now?
it's I mean, shit. I wish they had the budgets that they had back then that they got now. Shit. All the stories I heard getting a lot of bread back then. But I mean, aside from that, I miss the CD era. You know, I was one of the ones that used to just go and buy all the CDs, especially if I got beats on there. Like I would go and clear the whole rack. You know what I'm saying? Just to
Mm.
say, yo, I got a joint on here. Look, open it up. Gotta see my name and shit. I think I stopped buying CDs maybe when did Chris Brown come out? 2017, maybe 16, 17. And the
Oh
CDs
shit.
were barely in the stores for real, for real. Cause like they was all starting to like fizzle out. So, you know, those are two of the things that
I
you
just
know.
found out that the latest cars don't have CD players in them. I was like, when did this shit happen?
Oh,
That's crazy.
oh.
Yo, that CD era is gone, bro.
Yeah.
Man, I miss it, man.
Bro, we
Like,
we never seen a CD player in the car. Damn, it's just like '08. Like
Mhm.
no bullshit.
You got to connect Bluetooth.
yeah, man. Yeah,
Play
man.
it off your phone or was it like an iPod or something?
Yeah,
Or
I mean,
man.
USB
the
or something.
laptop used to have a CD drive too. Remember?
Right? Yep. Yep.
So then, obviously, Joe Budden, right? I just randomly thought of this now. No, obviously, Joe Budden doesn't rap anymore. He's a podcaster right now, very successful one. And it just got me thinking. I remember when Drake's album came out like a month ago, right? He was very critical about the album, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Drake felt a way about that, right? And it just got me thinking, right? In this internet age where anybody can voice their opinion, and if they've got a lot of traction, that could gain a lot of traction from other people. Like for example, I'm in the UK. If I've got a follower, I could put something on my Instagram, and be like, "Oh, that latest project that Cardiak did, I wasn't really feeling that," and then that can get people talking, right? So anyway, long story short, right? How do you, as an artist, right? Because producers are artists too. How do you What's your general attitude towards? How do you take to criticism online or from the industry? How do you take it constructively, or what's your general approach to it?
Um, for the most part, I take constructive criticism. At the same time, I look at who I'm taking the constructive criticism from. Because if you're not, if you haven't done anything, why the fuck do I need to listen to you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, somebody like Bink, I would listen to Bink. Bink been in the game for, you know, have a long 20 plus years or whatever. So I would take what he's saying, you know, into consideration more than somebody that just got in this shit for, I don't know, been in it a year or two or whatever. I guess it's like the more accomplished you are or the longer you've been in this shit is like who I would listen to, you know, or at least take advice from, you know what I'm saying?
No, for sure, for sure. And see, that makes sense. It depends who's giving the criticism, but like I was saying earlier, the internet has made the world a much smaller place where
Yeah.
anyone can chat shit right now. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, shit, even on the internet, like if I'm on IG and I see a comment by somebody with no fucking picture on their profile or whatever, I'm not even paying that no mind. You know what I mean? Or if it's somebody, if I go on their page and they got like, I don't know, 4 or 5 pictures, 10 followers, I don't know, some bullshit. I'm not really taking what they say to heart. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. But somebody more established or somebody that I looked up to coming in this shit, I would take what they saying, you know what I mean, and put it towards what I've got going on.
Okay, let's touch on that, right? Like I said, this song came out in 2008, right? Can you recall of any constructive criticism that you received back then that you've utilized to get you to where you have now, where you're at now?
Regarding that song or just period?
No, just in general, like the industry, like your approach to.
I mean, not that I can remember. Everything is just trial and error with me. Like listening to like after you just playing that, listening to it now, I can hear that the keys is out of tune or whatever. Like,
Oh wow.
it's like, yeah, if you go back and listen, my Rhodes is not even in the same key as the sample. Like that shit was trash.
It sounds all right to me, man. It sounds all right to me, man.
Play that shit for Big. Big can tell you, like, nah, dog, that shit ain't it. But, but nah, like just trial and error. Always trust your gut, trust your ear. You know. What else? Lately compared to back then, I realized less is more. You know. I used to like overproduce, add a whole bunch of like sounds and stuff like that. Now I just try to keep it minimal, or at least make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I could say.
All right. I understand that. Does anyone ask a question to Cardiak before we move on to the next song? Anybody? Don't be shy, man.
I got a quick question, man.
Yeah, go for it.
I just noticed your producer tag is a flatline. Is this right? I thought I thought it was a money beat. You know, this money machine. It goes. Beep. But I just now recognize this. That it's like a flatline machine, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's cool, man. All right, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you should know cardiac, isn't it? Cardiac, obviously cardiac arrest.
I get it, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. It sounds like this money machine. You know, this money machine.
Okay, do you know what? That's a good segue actually. So, Cardiac, where did that name come from? Cardiac.
So, back in high school, I used to rap. You know, I feel like all producers used to rap, or at least try to back in the day. So when I was in high school, I didn't really have like a producer name or a rap name. I was calling myself like Young C and all this other whack shit. So one of my homies, he's from Trenton. His name is excuse me, Marquise. You might know him as Keeson or Marquise Moore. He's like an actor. He was in ATL. A whole bunch of shows and shit. Like he's a popping actor now, but back then he used to rap as well. And I went to the studio with him, and he actually gave me my name. He was like, "What you go by?" I was like, Young C. He was like, "Nah, that shit whack. We gotta come up with something else." And he was like, "Yo, you know what would be dope? You should go by Cardiac." And I was like, Cardiac? He was like, yeah, Cardiac, because your beats be flatlining them. Like, you be killing them. Like, some shit. It was something to that effect.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, yo, that's hard. Snap. And then I was like, you know what? For my tag, I should do a flatline, too. And then he was like, oh, that's crazy. That's hard. So I started doing that. And then I just ran with it. You know what I mean? And then it's like, using a flatline as my tag, nobody really knew what it was. Like, I don't have a tag with like words and shit, so people just thought it was like a sound effect or whatever, so they pay it no mind. Sometimes, you know, I be hearing stories with other producers with their tags, the artists be taking their tag out because it be in the way or whatever. Like my flatline be right in the cut, right tucked in the beat, so you can't even really tell. I think it's just like an instrument or something, but you know, it all works out.
It's so subtle, man. That's the thing. Yeah, sometimes you don't really notice it, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So just quickly, how do you feel when an artist takes like your tagline, like your tag?
When they take it out?
Yeah. Like imagine that they just take it out. How do you feel about
that? It depends. It depends on it depends on how big I think the record gonna be. Like if I feel like it's gonna be a fucking big ass single and they take it out, I'll be like, damn, yo, why y'all couldn't leave my tag in there? It's not even in the way. But it's cool. Like, matter of fact, for Tank When I had my tag in there. He took it out.
Oh, wow.